NMP on the road. NMP guy, oh, we on the road, yeah. Tell them. If we fight, tell them be careful, cause the house is in light. The house is in order. So tell your neighbor, brother, sister, and father, the house is right up. My door. We're on the road. NMP on the road. NMP guide us. We're on the road. Go tell our enemies. NMP on the road. NMP guide us. We're on the road, yeah.
NNP again. No one stands alone. We are a party to reign. We moving on. We striving on. We working on. Not another domain. We are a party to reign. We moving on. We striving on, we working on, not another domain. No man is an island, no one stands alone, but the house is standing solid as a rock. Yes, now we held them together, working hard to make this a better place. This team is the best, this team is the best. Take a look and see why I'm so impressed. We are a party to reign. We moving on. We striving on. We working on. Not another domain. We are a party to reign. We moving on. We striving on. We working on. Not another domain. Yes, we have a vision, walking with an aim, building the tri-island state with all contests. Buying off the nation together, that's the only way we will make progress. Don't follow the rest, don't follow the rest. Let them realize that we are the best. We are a party to reign. We moving on, we striving on. We working on, not another domain. We are a party to reign. We moving on, we striving on. We working on, not another domain. We held hands together through the roughest path, and the strong will stand firm, the weak fall apart. That's how you will know your weak link. Them stumbling blocks standing in your way. Tell Tillman I say, tell Banfield I say, we are the party that come here to stay. We are a party to reign. We moving on, we striving on. We working on, not another domain. We are a party to reign. We moving on, we striving on. We working on, not another domain. We are
marching on to victory. NNP we marching, NNP we marching, marching on to victory.
Tell them again.
NNP we marching on to victory. NNP we marching, NNP we marching, marching on to victory. Jump and shout, tell it all about, we shall have the victory.
When me say,
Jump and shout,
alright,
tell it all about, we shall have the victory.
hey,
Me and me neighbor
yes man,
in the house together.
alright,
Me and me neighbor
oh man,
rebuilding Grenada.
yes man,
Me and me neighbor in
alright,
the house together.
yes man.
Me and me neighbor voting NNP.
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott.
We shall
I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. What's the matter, voice? You can't make the weaker.
we are seeing better days.
Yes, sir.
Grenadians will decide NNP give us
We say a special good night to all of you listening to us via We Noise Radio. Hope that you all are having a fabulous night tonight.
Right away.
We are
Those of you listening to us via the YouTube, those of you listening to us via Facebook, yes, I see you all.
so
I hope that you all are having a fabulous night tonight.
No change.
me and me neighbor
Yes, man.
in the house together.
Alright.
Me and me neighbor
Oh, yes.
rebuilding Grenada.
No change.
Me and me neighbor
Yes, man.
in the house together.
Alright.
Me and me neighbor
No
voting
change.
NNP. So jump and shout,
Jump and shout.
tell it all about,
Yeah, man.
we shall have the victory.
We must win. Hey.
Jump and shout,
Yeah, man.
tell it all about,
Everybody.
we shall have the victory. Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
And you know we boss.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
I'm bad man that.
NNP we marching, NNP we marching, marching on to victory.
Everybody. Everybody.
Mitchell, he will lead the way.
Yeah, let's say a special congratulations to Anderson Peters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he has won that Diamond League meet that he went to.
We marching,
Also breaking the meet record. I think he threw a 90.61. Yeah. I think the previous meet record was somewhere around 90.12. So not only did he break the meet record,
No change.
but he won first place, yeah?
me and me neighbor in the house together. Me and me neighbor voting NNP. So
Yes, man.
me and me neighbor,
That's a wonderful one. Anderson Peters continues to do an excellent job out there.
me and me neighbor.
So again, Talking Points family, congratulations to you, Anderson.
Jump and shout.
Yo, as I like to call him Super, yeah.
We must win.
'Cause to me, like he's like Superman, you understand?
Everybody.
We shall have the victory. Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
And you know we boss.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
I'm bad man that.
NNP we
Folks, remember to like and share the live. Like, let me see, like and share there, right here, share there, right, and let me like here, and let me see, let me bring up the thing here and like here too. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Let's see if we could get up to 200 tonight. Yeah, let's see if we can get up to 200. We are moving incrementally. Just now we should touch 4,000 subscribers on the YouTube in a short while.
No change. Alright. Yes, man.
Remember, when you're inviting people to the program, invite them to subscribe as well, because they may see the program, and if they don't come back on it over a period of time, they lose contact. So once they subscribe, they'll always get the messages. Huh? And you also have to click on the bell icon. You have to click on that. So if you want to click on that, right, for notifications, you go and go ask if all or some, just click on all. And once we go live, you're going to get the information that we are live. Huh? we've got quite a lot to speak about tonight, huh? And of course, it's a Thursday night, our final program for this week. So we give you the opportunity to call in, so you can call in at any juncture, yeah?
What comes quickly? Yes, they use and abuse women. There is no
Yes, Adrian Watts. I've been saying that for close to about 10 years now. Yeah.
embarrassment and shame.
We've been watching Anderson since he's been in secondary school, huh?
So in order to maintain power against the very forces of nature, they need to have the citizens.
I have to spend some time checking out the different school sports and so on. See who we, Brother Watts, we had to see who we back in there, you know, yeah.
For fear is your enemy. A man afraid to speak of what oppresses him, enslave himself to a man just like him. But be not afraid. For will come
Yes, folks, so the phone lines are open, 440-7377, 347-329-3101.
comes to a bend, so do the evil works of evil men found to soon to come to an end. I sing Bye-bye.
Yes, Toya, that's my calabash, yes. Have an enamel calabash. Yeah, some folks are saying that I was sounding a bit low, and I do find I'm seeing this thing a bit low here. So let me see. I am seeing it a bit low. I don't want it to get distorted, so that's why I'm not trying to put it too high, but it should be a bit better there now.
If they feel that they could cross a deal.
I had a feeling, I was watching at it, and I had a feeling it was a bit low on some end, yeah.
Whoa, come safely, man. Whoa, comes quickly. Yeah. Now workers who want to please their employers and their bosses by victimizing their neighbor, because today their party is in power. I see, but they know what they do is wrong, and it's weighing their conscience down, because all men know that no man knows the hour. Man, but be not afraid, for fear is your enemy. A man afraid to speak of what oppresses him, enslave himself.
So today I realized a lot of the public servants out there, especially in Carriacou, they've been making their statements in relation to the statements made by the MP for Carriacou, yeah. Basically telling them, well, all you getting money, hush all your mouth, you understand? All you ain't supposed to be complaining and talking about nothing that going on, because all you getting money, you understand? I don't know if that's a fair approach to take.
In life and in the Bible, they have seen the fall of men of evil. They never learn, they believe they are in the next level.
You know what? Let's hear what it is that he said that is upsetting. And we're not talking about what we played last night, we're talking about the other part of it. Yeah? So let's see. No, but before we take that, let's take this call. Someone is calling. Let's give them the priority. Hello, good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night. You're a live caller. Go right ahead.
So I want to make a statement of yesterday, a little clip that you have been playing about the lady that lost the little kid in the general hospital.
Yeah.
But, this is very sad, This is very sad to know that the medical situation in Grenada is not up standard, that you have to lose a little kid like that. Man, if this is up here in the United States, everybody who is in charge of the Ministry of Health will be prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
This is very sad, man. It's very, very sad. And Deacon Mitchell and the Minister of Health, these two have to be responsible. The owner of this can have to hold the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health accountable. Yeah, it's serious. It's not a fault. It's not a fault dog. Even so people take care of the pet. Much less for a human like this, you know? It's not bad, man. It's not good. I mean, the whole world is listening. The world is listening. What about foreigners like me myself? I want to come to Grenada on a vacation and sickness cuts me and I want to go to the general hospital. What's the first thing that comes to my mind? At the other visitors' mind? The uncapable. The very uncapable of doing the job. If they cannot do the job, step down and let who can handle the job do the job. It's simple. Because if you cannot manage to rule the country, step aside. Give it to somebody else. The Minister of Health, also the same thing. Actually, the whole team, Deacon whole team, has to step aside. This is ridiculous, man. Come on, man. I'm a Canadian. I don't like to hear this nonsense, man, going on to my country, the world listening. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Roman.
Was Scott in this case, Rom Rasta. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you. Yeah, man, that's my brother, Roman. That's my brother. Well, as the caller mentioned, that I do know that this came across the news just about an hour ago. This came across on the news.
Other news, members of a family in St. David are demanding answers as they grieve the loss of their 7-month-old baby girl who passed away at the pediatric ward of the General Hospital on Tuesday. My colleague Nisha Paul spoke with the grieving family and has this report.
The blanket that I gave birth and she was wrapped in, the same blanket she died in. So I keep getting the scent and I keep this scent, so I keep smelling, because that's what I have, that's all I have. She told the towel I bathed her in, that's what I have, so I keep smelling it, because that's all I have for comfort. So I just keep smelling, I touch her today and I keep smelling my hand, because there's comfort for me.
That was Asha St. Bernard, the now grieving mother of 7-month-old Kaisha St. Bernard, who died 3 days after being admitted to the General Hospital for treatment after being diagnosed with internal fever by a private doctor on Saturday. The infant, born on July 11, died approximately 10 minutes after receiving a blood transfusion on Tuesday. St. Bernard shared that prior to her death, the baby had been vomiting up Pedialyte, a hydration solution often used for young children, and expressed concerns over the lack of intravenous IV drips as part of her treatment.
We bought the milk for her, but she keep bringing it back up, right? So she keep bringing it back up. They told me, don't give her the milk. They would give her Pedialyte every 3 hours, so just to settle her stomach. That's what they said, to settle her stomach. So they give her the Pedialyte. Say if I feed her 9:30, then 10, 11, 12 she get her next, and it's just an ounce. But I said to them, the ounce is not enough for her because she constantly crying. But what I'm saying is, if she's dehydrated, put her on drips. They never put her on drips.
The family of the deceased infant is calling for a thorough investigation into the circumstances of her passing, demanding answers from hospital authorities about the care provided.
They say she's malnourished. This is a picture of my child, July 2nd. This is August 3rd. This is a picture of my child on Monday. They said no taking of pictures and think that's one of their policy. But I took a picture of my child on Monday. Tuesday morning. This is a picture of my child dead. When I came Tuesday morning, her legs was like this. And I didn't leave her so Monday night.
Kevon Thomas, Kaisha's father, echoed the call for an investigation, citing inconsistencies in the hospital's care.
I just find this is like ridiculous. And to me, with the child, since they know the condition with the child should have been in intensive care and she should be monitored a bit more better. Parents been talking about the negligence that been going on inside there, and instead they pull the parents and the head nurse and find out what's going on. They call counsel for the parents and send the parents, let the parents get counsel and then send them back, which is the hospital counsel. And I find that make no sense. Nobody will lie on the doctor if you do, or the nurses who, if you're doing your job, those who doing the job, they get good praises. Or those who do, it's just a set of butchers and them no care people. And Ministry of Health need to step up on that. The minister, the Prime Minister, they need to look into that. If they do the professional way and they know they do the exam with your child, at least when you come to them, they could say, well, okay, well, that is what happened to your child, that is what you expect from your child. So at least you know what to work with.
The heartbreak deepens as just one day before Kahisha's passing, a 2-year-old toddler also died on the same ward. These back-to-back incidents have cast a troubling shadow over pediatric care at the hospital, raising alarms among families and the broader community. Social media has become a platform for expressions of outrage, with many questioning the commitment of healthcare workers at the hospital. As the family mourns, the Ministry of Health has yet to release an official statement regarding the deaths. Efforts to contact health officials on the issue on Thursday have proven futile. Many hope that these tragedies will trigger a thorough review of medical practices and protocols on the pediatric ward. GBN extends its deepest condolences to both grieving families as they await answers and closure on these devastating losses. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
So yeah, that's from GBN News tonight. Earlier on, yeah, all I want to know, I do that, yes, and what I'm doing. Yes, that was from GBN News earlier tonight. You have to give credit to where you got the information. That was broadcast by GBN News earlier tonight. Yeah? So, let me hear you all. Let me hear you all on that. I don't want to start to talk. I'm afraid things I might say. But I'll say this though. One, there is a problem that continues within the Grenadian healthcare system when it comes to medication. In fact, I can confirm to you all, I ain't asking you all, I can tell you all as a matter of fact, that several of the doctors at one point in time over the past few months refused to do certain procedures and so on because they're saying they are not going to put not just their reputation, but they are not going to put the life of others on the line to go and do certain procedures if there are not proper medication there for them and proper equipment for them to utilize. So the doctors were saying totally, look, I'm not taking part in this thing. They made it clear they're not going to do certain procedures because there were not the medication that was supposed to be there for when you're doing different procedures was not there. Yet still, they were expected to do certain procedures. They said, no, we're not going to do it because you're endangering people's lives. So the doctors did take a stand. They didn't do it publicly. They did it amongst themselves directly to the Ministry of Health. They said there are certain things we're not going to do unless you all start to provide the medication that has to be provided. So I know for a fact that doctors took a stand on that. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you all as a matter of fact, and I can prove that the doctors took a stand on that particular issue. And I could call doctors' names who were the ringleaders that say straight up, we're not going to continue operating like if it's normal when you all are not providing what needs to be provided to save these people's lives. Yeah? And just one correction, Miss Paul, if you want to get the information correctly. The child did not die on this, first child was not on that ward. That was an accident and emergency. So they were not on the pediatric ward. Let's be fair. The first one was up at accident and emergency and not down on the pediatric ward. We have a call online. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Just lower the volume in the background and go right ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, good night. That is true now because my child was in the same ward and the doctor do certain medication and he say they don't really give him a chance, certain medication because they're asking me if he allergic to any medication and if they give him, the danger will be with the child. So they can afraid because my child was in a ward back to back. So I know everything are going on the ward of me. Pediatric one and them nurse and the most nice caring nurse. So I don't really know the outcoming for that loss of the baby, and I set my sympathy to the family. So I don't know, they take care of my child properly, they feed him well, they give him everything well, the medication, everything was on point. But what I can understand with them is babies and then what? Why they don't have no medication? Because Sheldon, I also want to get all my money and go and get antibiotics to bring on the ward with rubbing lotion for like rash and bump and so on thing come out on the child's skin. Sheldon, that ridiculous. I spend real money on a child and I don't work in no way. Sheldon, like, I don't know what's going on up there with our health people. I don't know what's going on up in hospital. No medication. I also run because the child was in so pain. When I see my child in pain, I say run and take the money and run back down. And I have to tell you, it was real terrible. But them nurses and them is nice nurses and what. I like to tell you, I could give praises for them. And the pediatric one, them is very, very nice, loving, caring nurse. I don't know how people could say them don't watching their children or what. But I don't go through no problem like that. I don't go through no problem. Everybody was loving my child. My child getting tea on time. He feeding on time. He bathing on time. So I don't really know what's going on. So I don't really know what's going on up there, what's going on. But the thing is, they need to have medication for them train as babies. Have medication right there for them train.
Oh, we can't very well allow these things to continue happening like that and everybody just stay quiet and say, well, okay, up until the next thing come up. No, there are problems. I know the doctors have been complaining that they are not medication. The professionals, they would not come out and say it out there, but they're saying it. It's happening. That is what my doctor told me. He's not taking responsibility for the action. Because if anything happened to my child, he want nobody come and sue him. Nobody come and he want to take no responsibility and no blame. I was on the ward. I see on the ward right through. Like I live in there. Well, I did see you one day in last week. I did see you heading up there. Yes, I remember that. I did see you heading up there.
Yes. Yeah. And my child was on point because my child go up there for was not eating. Since he born, he already eating no food. And praise God for the nurses and them up there. And the doctor who making him eat food now. So I don't really know what they say them doctor and them this and the nurse and him that. No, I don't have this problem. And then he go back again for an insect bite him on the ears and the whole face was swollen and nothing like that. I get treated in the casualty. They take me down to the ward, nice and smooth. So I don't know what's going on up there. I don't know.
Let's see how the ministry itself responds to this one. All right, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be in contact. All right. 440-7377-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get on the inside. Let me say a special good night to you, Camille Teresa Scott. Again, your whole name. Camille Teresa Scott. She ain't seen me for the week so far. I hear you now, so I know she did. But I have not been to the capital. I haven't been to town for the week thus far. Yeah, so I haven't gotten the opportunity to pass by. So let me shout out on air. Camille Teresa Scott, good night to you. I hope you're having a wonderful night. I know you're there listening. So sometimes you're tired, you're taking a rest. But I know you're there. 440-737-734-7329-3101. This is indeed a serious situation. Yeah? This is a serious situation. Yeah? And again, it's easy to try and blame parents and say all kind of thing, but remember, at the end of the day, is only one party in the discussion that lost their loved one. One party that had to start putting together funeral and all sort of thing. So it's only one group of people know how they're feeling right now. I know some of the nurses on the pediatric ward and the other wards and so on. And I know some of them are people, when something like that happens, they can't even function, you know. Some of them don't even want to go to work because they can't function. They feel it like if it's their child. The reason that some of them got involved, and I'm not saying this is the case with all, it have some that, if you ask me, need to leave the service. I tell you straight, it has some nurses, I believe, need to go and find something else to do. But the vast majority of them, when something like this happens, even those who are not working on the ward, they're feeling it too. Yeah? They feel it like if it's one of their own that has gone. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Mrs. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
Okay. So I want to give a little bit on that health situation in the hospital. Now, I personally think that the nurses and the doctors, we have good nurses, we have good doctors in the general hospital. But I personally think that the nurses and the doctors should come public and let the people know in Grenada, in the diaspora, wherever they are listening, and know what is happening in the general hospital. Because they just sitting there and just make it excuse, just line for the public, and we all know that it's not good in the hospital. Now, yes, we understand what is happening there. The nurses are getting bad name, the doctors are getting bad name. Sometimes they're working under stress. You understand? Because they don't have this to work with, they don't have that to work with. And if they're talking and nobody answering, nobody listening, they need to come public and let everybody know. So when people know, people outside, they could say, you know what, I come from Grenada, or let me help Grenada. But all of them just sitting there saying nothing. So what we expect, putting people's life at risk. I mean, come on. This is two infants. If it was my child, I don't know how that would have gone on. You know. I don't know how this would have gone on between me and the nurses and them in the hospital. Because I find that is ridiculous. Come public and let everybody know what is happening. So what we don't have, we would get help for it. Because the economy is not listening to anybody. Thank you very much.
All right, my dear. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers. You all saw the story. You all heard the statements. Someone was trying to call. Let me give them the opportunity. Yeah. You all heard the statements. So I'm telling you, this is trying to find a way to describe it, and I can't. I want to describe it. I can't do it on air. You could be upset with me. I might give
Sheldon, good night.
Good night, Camille Teresa
I
Scott.
hear you loud and clear. Good night to the Grenadian people home and abroad.
And Camille, as you're on air,
This past 2 nights already, don't hear me. You're rough and tough. I can't put credit, so that is why I got to listen every night.
all right.
And here something I still ask you judges, you must pass and collect the money, boy. I will spend it, you know. Pass and pick it up. And I don't.
If my mother spend it, what I go do?
I don't spend it. I just kidding. It's not mine. What I'm saying, and a lady, I forget she named me. She passed and dropped at $20 to you. She said it's in Carriacou.
Right. No problem.
In Carriacou. I put it together with some money.
All right.
Anyhow, and I'm going to a really rough time. That foot of mine, I don't know now. I don't know. That foot runs in me and it's burning me night upon night. I can't sleep. I can't rest. So all of that, a lot of stress in the leg. A lot of stress in the leg. Well, I don't know what to say about the hospital, no, to be honest. I have nice nurses. They don't even come all the way where is and look for me and try and help me, but I can't say too much. The doctors just come. Right there. They pass on a morning. The nurses pass on a morning to ask me how I'm feeling, what's going on. But to be honest, we don't have the medication. I could testify. You know, because look at us to go and take a test. Dr. McLeish gave me the paper to go and take a test, and I didn't have the money to go and pay to see if I have blood clot in my foot. You know? And some other medication I had to buy so much money. I took send in America and ask them children to try and help me. You understand? And it's so expensive. I had to buy egg. That's why I could stay home, you know. But it's because of the medication I had to buy. Sheldon, I just go in town and sit down to make $1. It's very rough. It is really, really rough. And a lot of us is struggling. You have go out the money in Grenada, they could jump on a plane, they could go to Trinidad, they could go Barbados, they could go to America, they could go to England. But some of us who don't have, we're struggling, and it's a fact. You know what a man tell me today? A boss man, they're so cruel. The pressure is on. The pressure is telling me pressure. They bad mind. Because they're there and they see how people struggling to make $1. You know, and he's telling me the pressure. But what I want to tell him, I know he might write me one cup and show me down. But I ain't telling him nothing. But the next time he messes with me, I will bust his bubble. You know, but it's hard. And it's sad for the family, with the child. And when some people say you don't have medication, you don't have, they have little. You might get a tablet, you might get a painkiller. Because anytime I go in the hospital, I don't go to medication, you know. I go to live to it. But sometimes they let me come back home with it and they give me something ugly. Mm-hmm. And I cannot tell as much as I do support this government, right? But I cannot say anything. I can't be serious. I cannot say nothing about the doctors and the nurses in the hospital. Even when I go to the health clinic, they always take good care of me. And I don't tell them straight out. I don't vote for our government, Somali inside of here. So handle me right. And I can't say them treat me bad. All of them. And I just want out of get me guarantee. Well, some people say they can't get nothing. I always get my packet of sterilized guards in the health clinic. So I can't say nothing about the nurses and the doctors, Mr. Scott. I can't do like some of the other people, you understand? Mm-hmm. I know some of them don't like me. You understand? You have people who they just waiting in the morning to get some bad news. And they don't want to see me in the corner where I sit down. Because of politics. I hear a man telling, a boss man telling him, don't buy the berry. The man want to call for 2 beer by me. And the boss man from Grenville tell him, don't buy the berry. Don't buy by me. Because of politics. So I'm suffering because of I support NNP. You understand? And I used to help them. When they come with anything to sell, I used to help them. And I know them is anything. I never had a problem. I helping them. I still help them. But they just tell them, don't buy from her. Like, all kind of things. That's what it is in Grenada right now. So I just want to say good night to everybody. Nurse Maguire, good night. Patty and Matthew, all you good night. Everybody. I can't say nothing. Dr. Marklish, good night. Nurse Marklish, good night. That is one nurse, Mr. Scott. Nice, young, beautiful black woman. Pass every day to look for me. Every day. So I can't say nothing about him. Have a blessed day. And pass for that money tomorrow.
Okay.
Digital. I don't like to hold money.
All right.
So you got to wake up.
I'll see if I can make it into town. I'll see if I could make it. Nah, man, you're a long life.
Tomorrow, yes, pass and pick it up.
All right. Okay, no work.
Yes, bye-bye.
All right, no problem.
Good night.
All right. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, just making sure one or two things working properly in the background here. And let me go back to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm quite fine.
Would you allow me to read an open letter to the Minister of Health?
You can go right ahead, my brother. The only thing is you're sounding a bit low. So I don't know if you're using a device or something. You just sound a bit low.
I'm not sure. I think the mic in my phone given. You hearing me a little bit better?
I think both myself and the public could hear you. So you go right ahead.
Okay. Open letter to the Minister of Health in Grenada, Honorable Minister Philip Telesford. I almost forget his name. Anyhow, I trust this letter finds you well. I write to you today not only as a concerned citizen, but as a voice for the countless others who share a deep concern for the state of our nation's healthcare system, particularly the ongoing crisis at our general hospital. The situation has reached a critical point, and the silence from your office and you is both troubling and disheartening. Our general hospital was once a pillar of hope and healing for many, is now under tremendous strain. Patients are facing long waits for treatment, essential medications, and supplies are in short supply. And the dedicated healthcare workers are stretched beyond the limit. These issues are not just operational challenges, they are matters of life and death for the people who rely on this institution. It's long, so I'll just read the last paragraph. Honorable Minister, the health and well-being of our nation are in your hands. We ask that you fulfill your responsibilities of your office with the greatest urgency and dedication that the crisis demands. The people of Grenada are watching, and we are counting on you to act immediately. Thank you so very much. The letter can be found on the Facebook page of Kingsley James.
All right, my brother. Send a link to it to me as well, huh?
Okay,
Send me the link. All right, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I think more citizens probably need to start doing what Mr. Kingsley James has done there and send their letters to the Minister. Well, if we could find the Minister of Health, because you heard the journalist, you heard Miss Nisha Paul, and she was trying to find the officials on the Ministry of Health, and it seemed as though they were unable to find the officials on the Ministry of Health. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good night. Oh, I hit this without hitting this. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, I'm sorry. I want to apologize for calling back, but it's very important.
No, if you're calling back,
I just forget to tell you that. I had some friends that came from America and come to Grenada to Hoxton Carnival every year. That is Miss Elizabeth Strout and her husband. Her husband went on the beach on Monday to take a last dip in the seawater. He leave his pants and he rested items under a tree and he go in the water. Sheldon, you know a young man pass and take the man's phone and all the money in his pants and go. And that man does spend money when he come in Grenada. That man does help people when he come in Grenada. With Elizabeth Strout husband. And anybody, and they cannot use the phone, Mr. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot use the phone. I want to take the phone. They cannot use it. And he go track it down.
Get the details.
He gone back to America.
Oh, he left already. Oh.
They go with him and all the money in his pants pocket and his phone. And that is a man that has helped people when he come in this country. And his wife. I don't know. They have these people go around and anybody have a phone to sell, take it and bring it in the police station. Or come and drop it for me. So whenever they come back, they will get it phone. I will send it up for them. Please, I'm feeling. Bring him and phone come because it's no use to whoever take it and to go and sell.
Yeah, they can't use it.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
All right,
good night.
All right. And what I want to get is the details as to the type of phone and that sort of thing. Those details help. So if he has those bits and pieces of information he could send, it will help. And most likely he might be able to track it too. But don't worry. Yeah, they go in and take people's phone, take people's thing. People go and bathe on the beach, you're going in their pants. What are you looking for? Should I have a rattlesnake inside there looking for you? 440-7377, 440-7377, and 329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. Yeah. And no, I ain't forget Mr. Pink. You'll come back to Mr. Pink just now. But as the caller raised that particular issue, and we hear what's taking place there. And again, I am not placing the blame at the feet of the doctors, because I know what I have heard, what I have seen. And I know that the doctors have stated outright that the situation as exists right now should not be allowed to continue. The thing is, they can't come out and really say much. They can't come out and say much, but I could tell you that a lot of these things affect them just as much as they affect what we're seeing it. Imagine they were the ones that were involved in it directly. Yeah? So it is affecting them. I know that, as we say, there are good doctors, there are bad ones. There are good nurses, there are bad ones. I had, my son was at the emergency room just a couple weeks ago. Excellent. Until when I came on the program, some people saying, Sheldon, it's because it's you and they afraid your mouth. But I don't know. But to me, the people were very genuine. Everything went through in a timely manner and so on. They made sure they did extra checks and everything to make sure everything was okay with him before he left. You know, so I had my own experience that I can't say was a bad experience. But that does not take away from the fact that 2 children have now gone to the great beyond in 1 week. 1 2-year-old and 1 7-year-old in 1 week, 2 families mourning. And that investigations need to take place to find out why. Because if no investigation takes place or no serious investigation takes place, if nobody looks into it and says, well, okay, this was supposed to happen like that and it did not happen. If somebody says, well, okay, medication was supposed to be there and the medication was not there, so the doctor wrote the prescription, but the medication was unavailable in a timely manner or at all. Or that the child was supposed to receive this treatment and they did not receive it. That the doctor was negligent, or the nurses were negligent, or the Ministry of Health was negligent. At least with some sort of investigation, you could avoid what happened reoccurring. And this is not saying that person A or person B is wrong, you know. It's saying that there's a problem in the system and the minister needs to step up. There's a problem in the system. We have a caller online.
Yes. Hey, good night, man.
Hey, good night, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed, and you?
I'm quite fine, man. You go right ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking to speak about once more Mr. Tevin Pink
Go ahead.
Sheet Andrews. Mr. Andrews said something I don't believe he really quite understand how much he revealed in what is going on with he and the other ministers in the convention-led government. What he's saying is that some of the people, the civil servants, the teachers and who's getting paid, so they have to keep them on shut. What he's telling us indirectly is that this is what they are doing. They are collecting money, so they have to hush them out. Right? Whatever happened, to hell was the rest of the country, the rest of the world as far as they're concerned, because their monies are going to their pockets and they are living like kings and queens. So to hell was the rest of people. Once you're getting money, you cannot talk. And you should not talk. You should not speak the truth. Let wars continue. This is what they're saying. The hospital, like everybody is saying, many times it's not really the nurses. And a lot of times I don't think it's the doctors either. I lay that back on the shoulder of the government. The reason why I say this is because there's no way in the entire world that a hospital, any institution, surgery, wherever place, will run without medication or the basic things that you need to work in that place. And if somebody comes in there having some minor problem which need to be checked out and it will be all right, but you must have certain type of medication to do. And I've been a doctor and I realize that there's none of that nowhere around. I'll be scared to to attend to the person, because what happens if in the process they die? Whose name are going to be dragged to the mud? Isn't it nice? But this is what the doctors are saying. And many other nurses sometimes, they are frustrated. They don't know what to do because the thing they need, they don't have it. And they cannot talk to nobody because forget Mr. Deacon Mitchell. His head is as hard as any stone roller. He's not listening to anybody. Right? He's not listening. Anybody could say whatever they want. That's not his business. Because he's living in a house costing how much $1,000. It's not coming from his pocket, and we had to pay for it. And he living large. He don't have to pay no rent for himself. He don't have to pay for nothing, no electricity. He don't even have to pay for the gas in the vehicle. Okay? Every cent he gets, it goes to his bank account. Right? So then why should I take on anybody? I'm the boss. Right? He's forgetting that we put him there. Well, I say we, not me, because definitely I'd rather dead than to vote for him. The people put him there. So he deserves, his duty that is to solve the people. The people don't have to solve him. And I think it's only dotishness in him to think in the people and solve him. No, it's only a dotish man to think so. Tevin Andrews, like I said before, he need what is the right word? He need to get a degree in stupidness. You see, like the fellas went in the Olympics, right? He is one of those. I think he have a record in the Guinness Book of Records. He's supposed to have a record of the stupidest politician in the entire world. That's a record that he has. He don't even thinking what he's doing to the people in his own constituency who vote for him. He don't even thinking that I think he's going too shallow. He can't. Or maybe he's thinking about another guy. I don't know. But whatever is the thing that he's thinking about, he's not thinking about what he's supposed to be thinking about. And all that comes from his mouth is trash. Maybe the toilet that the NNP put up, they probably pass and clean it before the people come. And he eating what coming, because that's all he talking shit.
All right,
Sheldon.
caller. Thank you so very much, my brother.
Good night.
All right. Oh, dear. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, let me hear what them, because I see them civil servants and them today, and them teachers and them, I hear them today.
The supermarkets are open. Some of the people that are running them out the most are public officers, teachers, public officers who are receiving their salaries still running. The shop open, the supermarket open, and you're making confusion for case of water and bottle of water. The loudest people on social media are the people whose salaries are running. No, let's be real.
Yeah, let me hear you again.
The supermarkets are open. Some of the people that are running them out the most are public officers, teachers, public officers who are receiving their salaries still running. The shop open, the supermarket open, and you're making confusion for case of water and bottle of water. The loudest people on social media are the people whose salaries are running. No, let's be real.
But let me one more time before I stop play it. Yeah, let me play it right here. Let me bring it across. So yeah, one more time.
The supermarkets are open. Some of the people that are running them out the most are public officers, teachers, public officers who are receiving their salaries still running. The shop open, the supermarket open, and you're making confusion for case of water and bottle of water. The loudest people on social media are the people whose salaries are running. No, let's be real.
When he say let's be real, I wonder if he be real stupid, because that is where he is right now. He had to be real stupid to be going and make statements like that. The only real you could be, brother man, is real stupid, because believe me, listen, after Hurricane Beryl passed, those of us that went about getting water and supplies and all different things to send to Carriacou, we didn't care. We don't care if the person was rich or poor, if the person was Anglican or Catholic or Methodist. We didn't care if the person tall or short. We didn't care if the person is NNP, NDC, or they in support no party. We do not care. When the supplies were sent to Carriacou, they were sent for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Let me repeat that. When the supplies were sent to the islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they were relief supplies for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. There was no qualification outside of being one of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. There was no secondary qualification there. As in, you're a public servant and you have your salary running. Nobody put cases of water and sent it up to Carriacou and say, on the case of water, do not give Carriacou public servants they get in pay. Nobody sent up water to Carriacou with that on it. Nobody sent up water to Carriacou and Petit Martinique and said, not for people who receiving a salary. Nobody sent it up like that. It was sent up to give to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You cannot come with some sort of internal division now and decide that is only this set of people getting and that set of people can't get, and that's what I know. What stupid is he talking really? What stupid is he talking? So because a person have a salary running, remember there's the same guy who last night was making the statement that some people have the money and things, so they have to build back the place. They can't. I don't know how we know the people have the money. Because some of the same people you're talking about, you talking about the teachers. Some of the same teachers you're talking about don't have a house right now. They don't have a house. They're staying in the shelter. It have teachers staying in the shelter or getting a little jam by somebody in the downstairs. Teachers. The same teachers who is saying getting the salary right now. You have other people who work in different ministries. The only thing remain are where they had a house. Where they had a house. The only thing that remained there is the pillars. And in some instances, the pillars are all gone. That breeze was that strong. So that gone. So yes, they're getting salaries. So because they're getting salaries, that means that they should not be assisted. They shouldn't get relief assistance. So where you could save them, where you could say in the supermarkets and everything open, wicked fella. The supermarket, so go and buy a sheet. The supermarket's open. What you should be trying to do right now is help the people to maximize the salary that they're getting. This is how intelligent people who care about people does think. This is how intelligent people who care about people does think. They say, okay, the supermarkets are open, but let's help these people to maximize the money that they're getting. So if you have a civil servant, for instance, who might be getting, let's say they're getting 2,500. Let's just use that figure. They're getting 2,500. Rather than them having to go and spend a 700, 800 or even as much as 1,000 buying groceries and different things like that. If you can reduce that down to half by whatever relief supplies that people send for them in the first place, by giving them those supplies, you're helping them have money that they might be able to go and buy a few building block or a 2-sheet board, a 2-length board or a 2-sheet ply to try and put their life back together. To put back the window that they have a piece of galvanized blocking right now. But they cussing, they're noisy on social media. So everybody's supposed to shut up and let all you do all you want. That's the same thing he tried to do Emmeline Pierre. As soon as she talk, he come and he said he attack dogs. And the thing is, I have a problem with many of you who see these people attacking people and not saying anything. Those of you that can, there are some of you that can't. Because you know, these people are very bad-minded, fickle-minded, and childlike in how they treat with people. But there are many of you that could answer them under this post and them and you're watching it and you just saying, look how these people getting on nasty and you don't say nothing. You have to respond. I respond in here. Some of us have to learn to respond to these people. You can't let these people continue just feeling they could say anything about people and get away. We can't let them just continue with this kind of nonsense. We have to deal with them. Because that's the attitude. The attitude is that the water and all this stuff that was sent, the water and all this stuff that was sent to assist the people at Carriacou, now you want to act like if it's an apartheid system. So it's good for some people but not the others. So because this group of people is being assisted by the getting their salary, still the government workers, and they're getting their salary, so they shouldn't really receive any relief items. Go in the supermarket and buy. Don't talk about you ain't get water and so on. Water is life. Water is a necessity. It's not like you could do without water. You know, you need water. You must use water. That's a necessity. But that is the attitude. You see, that is the mentality of these individuals. They're rude. They brash. They do not have a clear understanding. Listen. Folks, I listened to this guy talk on several programs. On several programs over the past 24 hours. I've listened to him and constantly making reference to Hurricane Ivan. And oh, we are doing things so quickly in Carriacou. You didn't see that during Ivan. Remember, this individual was 10 years old when Ivan passed. So he don't even know what going on in Grenada because he was not down here. He was up in Carriacou. So he don't know what went on with Ivan down here. When Ivan passed by and basically erased parts of South St. George Northeast, St. David, parts of St. Andrew, like Subies, just erased those areas. They no longer existed. When he mashed up how much house, Mount Moritz, all the different places, just town of St. George, all over. Now, when Hurricane Ivan passed, you didn't have Criff. We know his good friend, the other idiot, from St. George Northeast, believes that Criff existed before Ivan. Criff was created because of Hurricane Ivan. In other words, the immediate finances that this government had access to, the new National Party government in 2004 did not have that immediate access to financing. Nor had any other country in the region gone through what Grenada went through at that point in time for a very long time. So Grenada became the model. And as the people who came to hand over the check with Criff said when they came over, it came about because of the effects of Hurricane Ivan on Grenada and Jamaica and so when they saw the effects of that and they realized now that hey, you must have access to funds in the short term, is why in 2007, Criff became active and Grenada was the first person, one of the first to join it. And they're talking about Grenada and Ivan and things. Remember, Hurricane Ivan was in 2004. The new National Party left in 2008. 2008, after that was another government that had to continue the work the NNP was supposed to be doing with Ivan for 4.5 years. And we know how that went. But these people don't know these facts. Because it's second-hand information and people tell them something. They don't know. So they come talking about, oh, well, we're doing a lot of things in Carriacou, and you see, you never saw things being done that fast because the model, in fact, I heard the Prime Minister speaking sometime this week, and he was speaking about creating an agency that's going to guide and direct the work of the different agencies for the recovery from beryl. That is why after Hurricane Ivan, you had the agency that was set up. And let me just take this call. The agency that was set up to do the same thing is not a new concept they're coming with. The blueprint was there from Ivan. That's how you could work fast now. We have a call on the line, and they're not even working fast. We have a call on the line. Go right ahead, caller.
Hello, good night, Mr. Scott.
Yeah, good night. How are you?
I did fine, thank you.
All right, go right ahead.
I just want to share some incentives. I have a listening program and thing. Listen, the scenario in the country is real bad. And it seems like the Integrity Commission don't have no integrity. So it's like Grenada is a failed society and thing. But the point I'm trying to make, people should have seen this from since years ago, because Carriacou people was really living in a comfort zone for how much centuries, or should I say decades, or should I say since after Ivan. when I even pass through the place for years, you know. You check? And Carriacou people is a set of people like I will call that the Black Caucasus region. Like every time election come, Carriacou is a region where they going up there and do their thing and swing the people and sway the people how they want. I will call that the Black Caucasus movement and thing. But Carriacou people should have seen that coming. And Grenada people on the mainland know what's going on already. But you see, the thing is, all are we living in such a naive world, with a naive frame of mind and thinking. And the saddest thing about it is people who have education and who say they go to university and they have this high level of education, who doing the people of Grenada all this wrong. I like the hospital. This thing shouldn't be going on in the hospital in this modern day. You understand? For 2 children to be dying in 1 week. And there's a lot of things going on in Grenada. So this is a big picture. You have a breakdown in society, world society. Imagine you have a breakdown in world society and the whole world turn into chaos. Right? Will God send his army? Would God send his police force to restore order? You check which part of the heaven of there is heaven, and which part of the under the earth is hell. You understand? I pray to long to see my Creator face and his army and his police to lock up all these people and them.
All right.
Put all these people and them in jail. Thank you, sir. Have a blessed night.
All right. You have a blessed one as well. 440. Let me just clear it. Yeah. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. You know, and then let me see something here.
No, you stressed a lot on, making sure that the folks in Carriacou and PT Martin are taken care of. Some of the teachers and public servants, they're not too happy with you right now over comments you made in the video regarding them buying their own water, because some are saying there is a number of barrels on ports filled with supplies. There's stuff still in NADMA's warehouse. You can pass by the road and you see them on the tarpaulins, etc. So they're not too pleased with the comment that you made. What's your response to that?
What comment?
In terms of the people making noise, public workers, and that they could buy their own water because the supermarkets, etc., and their salaries are running still. Bearing in mind,
No. I made a reference, and if no pun intended, it was not to call out anybody or to make anybody feel bad. The reality is there are people the reality is that the supermarkets are open. And there are some normality that's, businesses are operating, people are, some people's salaries are running, some people could indeed afford certain things. So my call was to encourage people that could afford. You go ahead and the supermarkets are in operation, So that's what it was. It wasn't to call out the public officers and so on. As a matter of fact, we are doing a lot on our end as my ministry to try to assist our public officers in ensuring that they get back on their feet as soon as possible.
Yeah, but even though their salaries are still running, we also have to take into account that they are also affected, and they too might be looking.
Oh, certainly, and as a result of them being affected, as I said, we are. So first of all, no one is being turned away in terms of whatever assistance that is being given. That must be made abundantly clear. And second of all, assistance are being put in place to ensure that all our public servants on Carriacou and PT Martin are. So I just want to put that statement out there.
Okay. Now, in terms of the equity.
All right. Yeah. So you all heard him, eh? He ain't apologizing for it. The supermarket and thing open. Go and buy. You understand? And let's just say that is off of that statement. We got that off of the ladies' room today. That's a Runa's program. We telling all you the programs we getting stuff off. That was off of a Runa's program, eh? Yeah, on Power 90. I can't remember the frequency. We have a call online. Go right ahead, caller.
Yes, good evening, Brother Sheldon.
Good evening.
Grenada. Brother Sheldon, and you, Mr. Tevin, I hope you're listening tonight. Right? Now, you said it. You said that the teachers and the public servants, their salaries are running. Right? But my question is, have they been affected by Hurricane Beryl? Right? Have they been affected, Mr. Tevin? And Mr. Tevin, let me tell you something. The Carriacou people and even the Grenadian people on a whole, the state of Grenada, is very much upset with you and the statement that you made. And you know what? You know what's going to happen there right now? You see, you cannot feather a fall, right? And go up to what is the high mountain in Carriacou and throw the feathers away in the wind and try to pick them back up. Go try to pick back up the feathers from the fowl. You know what is this lesson, my friend? That the words that you use, you cannot pick it back up. You got to be respectful. Listen, you one of the most, as a matter of fact, all of the MPs on that side, the NDC side, the government side, they are arrogant. Well, of course, they're youthful, arrogant, right? Disrespectful, and your behavior and your words are going to judge you. Listen to me. We are people that we're not stupid, right? Your government is the one that remove from the contingency fund the 40% that the former administration had been putting aside, right, for in case of a situation like now. Right? You make it, you bring it down to 10%, you know, from 40 to 10%. Prime Minister, are you listening? Yeah? That's what you did, and you all think that we are cussing you all. We're not cussing. We are giving you the facts. We are telling you what you're doing wrong, and you all are not listening. A bunch of, childishness and infantile disorderness that you all behaving with, immaturity. Watch me, you all need to do better than that. This Carriacou situation with the salaries. Mr. Tevin, the Carriacou workers, the teachers and all the public servants, right? Aren't their salary supposed to be paid, right? Isn't not that the salaries are to be paid regardless if they're on holiday, school is on holiday, or we have a disaster, right? But the other thing is quickly that the bank in Carriacou, right, is limited with time. Okay, they open from 10 to 1 p.m. What volume of operation that can happen within that short period, right? 3 hours, let's cut it like 3 hours. How much persons could be served? So if the people want the water, right? If they want the water, why don't you give them and stop making those statements? You're immature. That's your problem. You're immature. You unlearn. You all guys are unlearned. Eh? And instead of you, listen, I heard one of your colleagues, last night, I've heard a playback on a tape, right? And she give all your real fire. She really drop it on you all because she's upset with what is happening, right? The death of the child. And yet today is another one. So get your act together and stop playing dodgeball, right? Not even netball. Stop playing dodgeball and get the relief out to the people. All the money that you all receive, you're still going to borrow more? So something definitely wrong with y'all. And it's like you all blind people. They can't see. People not. As a matter of fact, I take that back. People are talking now. I'm listening to them on the street. They are talking.
Mm-hmm.
You all take care.
All right, Pastor. Night. Thank you. 440-737-734-7329-3101. That's for those of you who are outside of Grenada. You can dial 347-329-3101. And if you're in North America, it's like a local call. All right? Yes, indeed. 440-7377. You can call us on WhatsApp or directly on that number. For those of you outside, You have to put +sign 1473-440-7377, and then you will be able to call us. Yes, indeed. No, I find the MP real out of order. Just saying it as it is. I find the MP real out of order. Yeah? He doubled down today on the getting money. Now, let me ask a question of you all. Let me ask a question simply. For those of you who are in the diaspora, for those of you here on Grenada, who went and take the last look of money you had out of the bank and the credit union and so on, and went and buy the cases of water to send up to Carriacou, was the intention that is for some people and not just people in need? Those of you that went and buy the food stuff and send up other stuff to the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, was the intention that is only for one group of people or only some people and not for everybody? What do you mean they're getting paid? Yes, the local economy have to turn around, so you need the supermarkets and them to be getting people to purchase and so on. But if you have food stuff there for free, that has been given for free to share out to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique for free, you on your own, out of order, rude and disrespectful to take on your own and decide that this category of people we're not giving them, and they making noise for it and we're not giving them because they're getting a salary. So that's qualification now to treat those people how you want to treat them. But according to our caller about 3 callers back, it is because that is the way that all you're operating in the cabinet right now. All you're getting our money, so all you had to hush. We hear there's be 2 million and 4 million and 5 million and things that will be passing in certain. We hear anything, you know. Don't get it to happen. Envelope does still pass. It's not all the time others open them. Envelope does still pass. Next thing they send anthrax. Envelope does still pass. We hearing things. And that is why all you can, that is the mentality. They can't talk, as the caller said, they can't talk. Because there's a money passing. It's a money passing, so they can't say nothing. They have to hush them out. So nobody is supposed to talk and say anything. Anytime Massa Tevin stand up and they make the statement, everybody else supposed to just stay there. Either we have to clap and agree or hush. It seems as though those are the only options, but we can't say anything against what they say. We have a caller online.
Hey, Sheldon, good night.
Hey, how you doing, Papa?
Good night, talking points. I good.
Yeah, man, go right ahead.
Sheldon, it just goes to show that when people were saying what they were doing in the first couple of weeks of the hurricane, people was not getting food stuff and stuff. You now realize that is what happening up to this day. So I want to know to the MP. He talking about the teachers and them getting paid and the civil servants getting paid. But isn't he getting paid also?
Yeah, well, he getting paid.
Isn't the central government working also? Isn't the financial billing in Grenada?
I hope you don't take a bottle of water, eh? I hope you don't take in a bottle of water. All right.
But what I'm saying, this is the same MP that come crying on a live and say his home was damaged also. I mean, all these things. And for some reason, one of the programs he went on today, he doubled down again and saying, oh, well, now our side is running pipes and stuff. And they call her, one of their supporters blast him. She literally eat up this guy raw. And I mean, if that wasn't the saving grace of this guy, I don't know. The arrogance that the man still go and lie and say he didn't say that, the life is there. I mean, how much again can we take? And Sheldon, seriously, we have to investigate and document and tell the people what is actually going on with this the supplementary budget and the allocations. Because watch me, the monies I hear them men going back for projects that they had money for again and they added to it now. Or basically money that they had budgeted already and the money finished. We need to know what's going on because Mr. Handy name calling in most of these programs, most of these allocations.
Let me say this to you.
Grenadians.
Hold on. Let me say this to you when it comes to the supplementary budget. Now, the supplementary budget, the documents have been circulated. I've seen the supplementary budget, right? Because it's been circulated to the media sometime today. So I've seen the supplementary budget. I'm aware of what's inside it. I will withhold my comments regarding the supplementary budget. Although I've seen all kind of thing there, I will withhold my statements regarding the supplementary budget until after Tuesday's parliamentary sitting. There's a parliament sitting on Tuesday, and I would allow the members of the New National Party to speak on the issue before I say anything much on it. Yeah, but I know I've seen what's inside there, and you, all I go say.
Yeah. The reason why I bring it up, and honestly, I agree with you. Let the MPs, opposition MPs deal with that. Because trust me, what I'm seeing there,
I've actually got it
Jesus,
in front of me now.
Nah, man, it's alarming, and we as a people, we need to know these things and get more involved in understanding what's at play here. Seriously. Sheldon, have a good night, man.
Right. Yeah, I actually have the supplementary budget open in front of me now. It has been sent to the media. And so all I go say is, let's all pay attention to when the opposition is speaking in parliament. Because, the government go cover up certain things and the opposition going to offer alternatives and expose certain things. So let me talk probably Tuesday night or Wednesday night. We're going to have a proper discussion on the supplementary. I see it. I ain't saying nothing right now. I don't know when I start to laugh like that. I ain't saying nothing much right now. But again, let me ask you all, the folks in Carriacou, I want somebody in Carriacou to tell me if this, what I'm about to play, is true. Yeah? I want somebody in Carriacou, someone who's listening in Carriacou, and I know there are many of you listening in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I want one of you to tell me if what I'm about to play is true.
Now, we know that some of the schools are being used as shelters, etc. And of course, school is scheduled to reopen in September, the new school term. Speak to us as to where we are and how we're going to progress from there.
So the Minister of Education will speak, and the Ministry of Education will speak as it relates to the reopening of schools. And they've given a commitment, and they will give an update when at the right time. As it relates to the schools being used as shelters, yes, that is the case. My ministry has organized a team of brigades that are currently working on. I think they've completed the assessment. They're actually starting to do the necessary repair and rebuilding of homes of the people that are in the shelters.
Okay, that is the part I want somebody in Carriacou to tell me if it is true or not. Just this part here.
The assessment, they're actually starting to do the necessary repair and rebuilding of homes of the people that are in the shelters.
Have they actually started doing that? Have they started rebuilding and repairing the homes of the people who are in the shelters in Carriacou and Petit Martinique? They say they were doing an assessment and now they start rebuilding the homes. I want to know if that is true. Hello?
Good night.
Oh, look who called. Lulu.
Oh God, are you?
Lulu, is that true?
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Is that true?
What was in there?
No, I tell you.
Which part?
No, by asking you. You in Carriacou. I'm not in Carriacou, so I have to go by what all you're saying. So the minister has said that they're starting work on the schools next week. They will hear from the minister. The minister who actually on personal business up until I think is Monday. The minister who gone out, he gonna speak on it. The schools are gonna start to be repaired, so the people are coming out because he has a team of people that do the assessment, and now they started work on repairing and rebuilding people's homes. The people in the shelter.
Which part?
In Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
I wonder which part of Carriacou that happening, boy. You look like I want to buy a pair of glasses because I can't see.
All your Carriacou people have to tell me. They say they start the process.
Mr. Scott, as far as I, this individual here, no, I ain't see nobody, I ain't see that, and I ain't hear that from nobody that the minister or the government start helping people with house. Everybody here what I say about who have money in bank. Well, others me so me not have money in bank because they run me long, they make me go since long. So I don't have money in bank. But I have good family, so I might get help, thank God. But this thing, I ain't even know. Honestly, I'm baffled. I know what to say. Which part the house building? My greatest concern here is, we know And most of Carriacou, all of Carriacou people know that monies were donated to help the people of Carriacou, and that is what we want to know. When we getting help, some of us, where the money, where the millions? Bonjour, Papa God.
Well, I'm telling you what the man said. The man said that they have started the process. They have started the process of fixing houses in Carriacou. So I don't know. Maybe they're starting in the morning. Might be in the morning they're starting, man.
Man, what this man and them don't stop lying and go and look for something else to do, man. This man and them lying too much, man. These fellas and them have to stop at that, man. Time to stop that. Hey. When these fellas and them making up this lie, sir, and you have people that going on Facebook and defend them and saying all kind of thing and talking stupidness. The truth is the truth. Speak the truth. Listen, I go to school in Leicester RC. That's where I took my primary education, and the motto in the school says, the truth shall set you free. Hey. They have to stop that.
Well, look at another
Papa
person.
God not sleeping, you know. Papa God is not sleeping. This man and them lying too much. They have to stop this lying thing. Stop this lying thing. Lying is a sin. They have to stop that. When which part of Carriacou this thing taking place? Man, I'm going on a hunt tomorrow, please God, man. I'm dressing all here, lacing my boots, and I'm going all here, starting from top to bottom.
That girl in Leicester. You know they like to call about that girl in Leicester.
That the business. I'm going and see because I don't understand. I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. The facts is the facts. Say what it is. But these people and them is not giving a clear indication as to what are their intentions in helping people in rebuilding. I have heard absolutely nothing. I know if it's me one way can hear, but I'm not hear nothing and I ain't see nothing. And there are other people who would say the same thing. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I am still puzzled and I am still baffled as to when we go hear from these people and them. And next news. In other news now, they give people, most of them people in them shelters get so you call it shelter box.
Oh,
and
the tent and them?
They have to go.
The tent?
Yes, they have to go. Yeah, the tent, shelter box, they call it shelter box tent. A lot of people making confusion about the tent and thing, but the truth is the tent is not under, the shelter box is not under NADMA, it's under, I think it's something to do with the UK government or with some people from the UK and Rotary Club or something, so if I think I read right. And I know they say they're giving people 10 shelter box. When the people get the shelter box, the intent of the shelter box is to help them, is for them to set it up and move out of the shelter. But I don't know, Papa. I don't know. Watch me.
As we have said,
Mr. Scott, I am a determined individual, and you know it is sad, very sad and painful and heartbreaking. It is still so heartbreaking and, you know, so hurtful to hear some people and you know, when you interact with certain people, you can feel and hear the sense of hopelessness in their voices and in their actions. You can see how hopeless they are. I mean, I pray to God that, you know, we will get some relief soon in terms of, you know, people being upbeat as they used to be. Wouldn't be 100%, but at least, you know, we get in there slowly but surely. I don't know. And if we have to give like at least estimate at times, but in terms of Carriacou coming back to where it was, they have a thing saying, oh, we shall rise again. But how are we going to rise when we're not getting any assistance from the people who are supposed to give us the assistance? How in Jesus' name or how in God's name are we going to rise? What is the procedure or what is the method of getting to that rising stage? I want to know. I would love to know, and a lot of other people in Carriacou would love to know as well. So we await the instructions of how we are going to start to or be on the road to rise or start on the road to rise again. Have a good night, boss.
No problem. But one thing I have to ask you, Lulu.
Go ahead.
So they're giving the people the tents, right?
Yes.
Where do people using the toilet now?
Papa, I don't know. I tell you what I hear.
So no, they're giving them a shovel and tell
And
them
I
head to the
know
bush.
some people get tents because some people tell me they get tents.
No, but I've heard a week ago, I heard that is what they're doing. They're going to be giving the people tents and tell them they have to move out of the shelters. Now, my question...
That is true.
My question remains, when those people now go and set up the tent according to where they go and set it up, because I don't know if they put in a certain area and say this is where all the tents have to go, or if people go in and set it up where the house used to be, and where are the people going to be using the toilet? Where they're going to be bathing?
I don't know, Papa. Oh, God. Lord, help Carriacou people.
Thank goodness for Norland Cox, the new national party, for some of the portable toilets they have up there. At least that will help some. But with a situation where you say 600 tents and you're moving out everybody from the shelters, you're going to need a lot more. Anyway.
Well, the 600 is not for Carriacou. It's for both Carriacou and Petit Martinique that I understand.
No, you'll see some for sale in
Sheldon,
Grenada
Mr. Scott, in all honesty, I mean, you know, these people and them have a chant, they say boots on the ground. Right now, I think the boots on them, they're wrong side and they're upside down. Because I ain't no boy. Trust me, I don't know. But you know, I would urge people to be, you know, to try to be courageous and try to be hopeful as much as they can. If they could reach out to somebody and, you know, speak positive words about themselves and just trust in the Almighty God and pray that hope or there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that some good day that light will just shine bright more than a drone light. I don't know, boy. I really don't know. Right now, I'm in a state of confusion in mind for my own self. But you know what? I am always a determined and a strong individual, and I pray. But you know what hurts the most is that not everybody is as strong and determined as everybody else. We have different people with different characteristics and different people with different personality and everything, and it hurts me sometimes to see and to hear the cries of the people that are less vulnerable. Oh gosh, I tell you, I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me get emotional, and it is heartbreaking. You understand? But at the end of the day, I would say to some people, I remember after 2008 and Mrs. Emmeline Pierre, I want to shout out tonight. I remember I was, you know, down, and she came to Carriacou on a mission, and we had a meeting, and I interacted with her, and I told her, you know, exactly how I was, you know, how I felt. And she said to me, I remember that word, and every day that word resonates with me and say, do not lose hope. Hold on. Do not lose hope. And that is my word for any and everybody that feels so hopeless tonight. Do not lose hope. Hold on, people.
All right.
Do not lose hope.
Lulu?
I want to say a special good night to Miss Kame. Miss Kame. All right, Sheldon.
We go talk. All right, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Well, let me hear. Nobody else in Carriacou ain't calling and tell us. I want to know because the MP say that the houses they start to build. So I just want to know. We just want to confirm. We don't want to accuse the MP of telling untruths. So if houses are being built, we would like to know. I mean, we want to know. Let me hear what she had to say there. No, we just would like to hear. We don't want to accuse the gentleman of saying something that is not true. So let's.
Well, I think they've completed the assessment. They're actually starting to do the necessary repair and rebuilding of homes of the people that are in the shelters, so that those people could move out of the shelter and back into their homes. So that is what is currently being done.
Why you don't talk about the tents? You afraid to talk about the tents? You could have talk and say something about them tent. I find you afraid, man. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
It's Sheldon, Pastor Louis Sabro.
How you doing, sir?
By God's grace, I am doing good.
Well, I know you have a lot of Carriacou connection, so you hear of any houses being fixed already?
Sheldon, we have thousands and thousands of cases of water that people donated to the people of Carriacou and Pity Matnick. We have so much of relief, and I get it direct, and people of Carriacou that are very close to me giving me this information, and they asking the question, why do all this amount of relief sit down below tarpaulin and people need it to use? Does this administration have the intention of selling them? There is information to suggest that over 100 and something chainsaws was given to Grenada. And there are information meeting me from intelligence sources that some of these chainsaws start to sell. And that is not right. Why do you have in all this amount? Listen, Sheldon, I come to the conclusion, that Kevin Andrew getting dotish,
Getting?
Dotish.
No, you say getting.
No, sir. The guy dotish,
You say when you say the getting, that means that they're in the process of doing something.
Well, let me really turn back that. Kevin get dotish, Carriacou people, the Kevin all you know. I mean, listen, on a serious note, the Kevin all you know before the general election, are you not seeing like something wrong with it? Listen, the man make this statement about the public servant, the teachers and them. And when Arona questioning him, and instead of for the man to apologize, the man fighting to defend himself, Sheldon Scott, I never believe that after Hurricane Beryl, the NDC people, the NDC government would have made Carriacou and Pitty-Matnick people refugees by putting them to live in tent. Carriacou and Pitty-Matnick people become refugees. Sheldon, those tents have light in it. Those tents have toilet.
Well, they don't have toilets.
Have bathroom.
They say they have some anti-mosquito thing and there are lights on them, and so it's let me just say it's a good donation.
Of course, and I respect that.
And it's a wonderful donation. I wanna to thank, I think it's Rotary and the Church of Latter-day Saints, and there was another organization as well that was involved.
And I appreciate that.
We appreciate and it's good. But we're asking the questions. For instance, you're telling people they have to go and stay in those tents, and in some instances that means for about the next year. Now, at least, doing that, where are these people going to use the toilet? I keep asking that question. Because they are, remember, Carriacou people, the way they get their water is not through Nawasa, have some dam somewhere and they pass in a water. It is ground water, is water from the building, and you capture the water and it's stored below ground.
Exactly.
So they don't have this pipe running from Nawasa to them and so on. I know that's the intention now, to try to get everybody to have to take water from Nawasa, but this is not how Carriacou people have the water. So are you going to ask the same people now to go and dig pit here, dig pit there, dig pit the other place and so on to utilize? When they're staying in the tent, what is the bathroom? Where are the bathroom facilities? Are they going to do these things in clusters to say, well, this playing field, we're going and put 20 or 30 tents there, and we're going to put the proper bathroom and toilet facilities there? You're just here, take a tent and go. That is why you're here.
But
that's the attitude, just take a tent and go.
But then, in a time like now, my greatest concern that we are still in the peak of the hurricane season. Are you putting the life of these people at risk? Sheldon, there are houses in Dumfries presently right now that are empty. Why not take some of these people and place them? Watch, Sheldon, I believe firmly, Sheldon, I'm going to say something here. I'm going to listen presently right now. I'm going to say that. The NDC, and let me take my time and say it. The NDC administration under Deacon Amis Mitchell what a cost to the island of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimatnik. And today, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimatnik, we are suffering. You know the reason why? Because we elect the wrong set of people to lead us. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right, thank you. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, I mean, I hear the man talking about no 10 day. Let me take it back from there again. You see?
And they will give an update when at the right time. As it relates to the schools being used as shelters, yes, that is the case. My ministry has organized a team of brigades that are currently working on. I think they've completed the assessment. They're actually starting to do the necessary repair and rebuilding of homes of the people that are in the shelters, so that those people could move out of the shelter and back into their homes. So that is what is currently being done.
All right. Now, for those who are still under the tarpaulins, etc., those who are still not sure regarding repairs and how they can go about accessing government grants, funds, whatever the case might be, what is the process where that is concerned in terms of those seeking help to do their renovations, those probably just lost their roofs and need to replace it? What are the plans in place for those people?
So the government has announced, as part of its second phase of assistance, it relates to the concessions or tax-free or tax break on building materials and so on. So those measures are in place for those people who can afford to go ahead and do the rebuilding or purchasing of those materials and so on. As it relates to those who cannot afford, certainly the government is looking at various measures to put in place so that we could assist those who, in other words, cannot afford at this time. But you need, again, I want to reiterate, my dear, it is 1 month and 3 months, 1 month and three weeks after the hurricane. I know for a fact that there were people 2-3 years after Hurricane Ivan living on the tarpaulin. I can guarantee the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik that as long as I'm your member of parliament, that will never happen.
And let's just make it clear. There was no SIF money when Hurricane Ivan passed. None. There was no money from SIF. So that is when the New National Party put together, I'm trying to remember the name of the agency, that was put together by the NNP in order to pull all the different entities together to start things like rebuilding homes and clearing up and helping businesses and all of that. Oh gosh, no, it's not was it ARD? Yeah, I think it was ARD, Agency for Rural, no, what was it? Yeah, but I remember the agency. Yeah, they had an office down to the bottom of the ministerial complex there, where they were operating from. Miss Nancy Maguire, if you're listening, remind me of the name of the, I can't remember the name of the entity, but it existed for an extended period of time, and they guided the process of Grenada's rebuilding. So that by the time 2007, when you had Cricket World Cup and all this kind of thing, people wondering if there's the same Grenada Hurricane Ivan had passed in. So when you hear the guy who was 10 years old when Hurricane Ivan passed talking in nonsense, you have to wonder what really going through your head. Yeah? Because of the work of the New National Party to ensure that anytime this thing happens again, that one, you have the contingency fund with millions of dollars that was sitting down there that they could dip in one time. No, not USAID, my dear. ARD. Yes, it was ARD. But I'm trying to remember exactly how the ARD was saying. But anyhow, you had the money that was sitting there from the citizenship by investment, etc. Those savings that were put there, your rainy day savings, that we were able to use for COVID, that you're able to use now for Hurricane Beryl. Those things didn't exist when Hurricane Ivan hit. So you had to try and go and get money, donor money and so on, to be able to do your rebuilding in Grenada. So you couldn't start immediately, as how they should be able to start immediately, and they have not started immediately. They have not started immediately. They're still sticking. and they have the money. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Are they okay? I was saying, are you good? So what I was saying with the lady, are you making sense now? Because what I wanna ask you,
Caller, you called. Oh, wait a minute, caller, you called earlier, right? We don't generally take second calls, so you have to make it extremely brief.
Well,
so
I
you
wanna
have
ask
30 seconds.
Where them getting the material from? Because I don't see no ship leaving Grenada with material and then go Carriacou. You know, so I don't know if I want to ask if they're getting the material from the hardware up in Carriacou or they're buying it from the hardware down up here and send it up on ships.
Yeah, they're getting it, so we'll explain. All right, caller.
Yeah,
no problem. Thank you. Yeah, we don't generally take the second calls, but yeah, no, the materials you see going up to Carriacou, though, by and large, 98% of it is Carriacou people who have the money. They go and they buy the materials. But as I said that, I want to play something else for you all. Yeah, playing some stuff tonight. I want to play something else for you all, and you all tell me if you find. Papa, oh God. Yeah. Paul, you're in the Ministry of Finance, all the real going through it. Agency for Rural Development. Right. That was the name of it. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. I was trying to remember what the ARD stands for. Right? Agency for Rural Development. So you had that agency which guided the work of the government and what government had to do. ARD was able to guide that developmental work. Right? So whether it was housing, whether it was roads, whether it was, hey, we're going to put back houses here, we're not going to put houses there. The entire process was guided through that. I hear the Prime Minister speaking now of putting a similar organization in place. But there is already a template and a blueprint for that. So it is nothing new that he's coming with. So don't make him feel like, okay, we're so brilliant and we come up with this idea, this is what we're going to do. No, they had ARD. Right? And the government of Grenada at that point in time did not have immediate access to the kind of funds that this administration have. Plus, they were dealing with the whole island during that period of time. Yes, Carriacou wasn't severely hit. Yes, Carriacou was hit, but not severely. By Ivan, you had one or two things in St. Patrick and other places. But down to the south of the island, when you talk about St. Andrew, St. David, St. John, you talk about St. George, that is what get the real lash from Ivan. The bottom part of the island is what get the serious lash. Yeah? So you had a lot of work that was taking place in those areas, and all of that was guided by the ARD. But now you have the money. You have the money in hand. And it's not yet 2 months, it's not yet 3 months, but you already have the money in hand. So don't come with this kind of nonsense. Anyhow, let's hear what he has to say here, because I'm really trying to figure out how this one working out.
Who's saying that, yes, they need to access grants and that they bought hardware yesterday and they were still charged VAT despite showing the shop owner the government leaflet and the waiving of tax.
Right. The government made it clear to those people, and it could be a case as well that we did not communicate clear enough. But for those people who went ahead and bought materials, you can go to the secretariat that was set up. And in Carriacou, the secretariat, who is leading the secretariat in Carriacou is Mr. Devon Beaker. You can go to the secretariat with your receipt and you can get a tax rebate for what you've purchased.
Oh, so you can take your receipt.
You can take your receipt to the office, to the secretariat. There's a secretariat that is set up. I'm trying to remember the name of the secretariat, but please forgive me.
So let me ask the people of Carriacou another question, and I feel I might have to ask some of these questions on Monday again. Do any of you in Carriacou know or are aware of this thing? That you all go to the hardware, you buy your material. So you're going to the hardware, you buy your material, and then you take your receipt from the hardware, and you go to this, I think it's Best they was calling it, Beryl Economic Support System or something. I think it's something like that. They have it. So you're going to this place, I think it's located in the library, the public library there. So you're going there, and you bring your receipt, and they're giving you back your money. Are you all aware of that? Do you all know that that exists? Because a lot of these things, they're saying it to say that they have it, but it's not really to benefit you, you know. And then What about those people who not necessarily buying this stuff up here in Grenada, and so they're getting the stuff in Carriacou, they're getting the stuff from down here? I'm trying to understand how the whole procedure works. Yeah? And if you're sudden somebody who down here buying thing and they say, well, okay, they give the receipt to a person in Carriacou and they say, bring that in, and so what is the verification process to ensure that the receipts that are brought in, that the materials that those receipts that are brought in are related to are on the island or on the way to the island of Carriacou? What is the verification process? Because the process he's speaking about there is a very loose process. That you go, you buy a material, and then you come and you just hand them your receipt and they give you back wherever taxes you pay, they give you back. Because you know what? They've been speaking about this for a couple of weeks now. Yes, the new National Party said it's something they should do. They've been speaking about this for a couple of weeks now. But up to now, today is what? The 22nd of August. They have not spoken to the hardwares up to now. The hardwares are not aware of how to address this particular issue. So they are still going to charge VAT, because if they don't charge VAT, they are committing a crime. They could find themselves in legal trouble. So they have to charge the VAT. Also, I took the time today. So I went through every copy of the government gazette since Beryl to now. I went through all the SROs for the year. I went through all the laws passed for the year. And I've seen nothing that gives the government the legal grounds to be able to do this. So they're operating right now outside of the law if they are doing it. My belief is that the MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique just talking out the side of his mouth. He just saying things. Because if this is happening, it is happening outside of the law. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying Carriacou people shouldn't benefit. I'm saying that basically, Mr. Minister, you're lying. Because I'm not seeing the legal framework under. You can't just decide that you're doing that and there's nothing legally that brings it into force. It has to be brought into force legally. So there has to be a SRNO, or there has to be a change to the law, amendment to the law. Something has to be done legally to bring it into line, and I ain't seen none of that. I check the Gazette and I read in the Gazette every week. So I'm looking and I've seen no such thing. All right? 440-7377. What else he had to say on this one here?
Where is that? Where?
The secretariat is located in Carriacou. It's located at the multipurpose center, the resource center, it's called, or the library. Mr. Devon Baker is in charge of the secretariat there. You can bring in your receipt. There's a process that has to be followed, and then you would then receive the rebate. What we try to advise people to do is that if you are planning to bill, in order to get the concession, it is best that you apply to the secretariat ahead of time, and then we would, do the necessary waivers and so on for them.
Because you would understand people, it's an urgent need for them to be under their own roof, so they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that they're back at home and not in a shelter or staying with a family. Somebody's downstairs. You don't want to be in the comfort of your home, so folks will do whatever it takes to ensure that their roofs are back in place, using whatever means necessary. And but I think it just needs to be clear to all the hardware stores, etc., that this is in place and that they need to adhere to the rules and regulations regarding VAT relief from purchases regarding rebuilding materials.
Well, we'll advise that the process that the government set is followed. That one, you either apply or you purchase, and then you get back the monies that you spent regarding the taxes. Reason being, I don't necessarily have to be from Carriacou, but I can go and say that my house was affected. Mm-hmm. and benefit from the incentive. Now, is that fair to the people that were affected? Is that fair to the government for losing those revenues to someone that really and truly wasn't impacted? So those incentives was specifically designed to support and assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and therefore, in order for
if it's designed specifically for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, what about all the people who lose their house in St. Patrick? So the people in St. Patrick, my patricians, all you in count, the people who I know personally who have lost their houses in places like St. Andrew and so, they don't count as well? Only the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique that lose houses? Okay. I thought that we were one nation. Okay, all right.
The hardware owners to know exactly that you were affected. There is a system in place, and that's why you go through the secretariat.
But the secretariat has not had that conversation with the hardwares, which is why the individual who messaged the program, and thank you very much, Power 95.1, that is why the individual who messaged the program said that, hey, they would charge VAT. They would charge the VAT, as not because the hardware cannot not charge the VAT. They have nothing from government saying to certain people, give that off or whatever. So the government is saying now, tell the people, come with the receipt and go to them. All kind of kerfuffleness. I really don't understand what these people do. Seriously, really and truly. Yeah, I don't understand what they're really saying there. Right? But just remember though, in the first place, they didn't really want to give all you anything off, because they say all you have all your money. So once all you have all your money, all you could do all your thing, ain't it? Yeah?
Do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items and so on that you've lost during the hurricanes, so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you. That is impossible. There's no government in the world, not even the ones, not even the former administration are running them out about what we're doing for the people, because they didn't, half of the things that we're doing, they have not done that. And
you see, that's the stupidness. What do you mean half of the things that they have done? Of course, we did 100 or 200% more than you have done. That is what was done. You're correct, not half. Close to 200% more than what you have done. And let's take what is going to be our final call for tonight. Hello, good night. Hi.
Hello, good night.
Good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead. Yes, caller, you're live.
Yes, Psalms, I was a scripture in Psalms 13, verse 18. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Yes, thank you very much. Scripture in detail. Yes, indeed, folks, that's all the calls we could take for tonight. But just to let you all know that we will be on Monday, God's willing, with Talking Points. No, we're not coming back with the Friday night forum as yet. We're not going back with the Friday night forum as of yet. And there are various reasons for that. So we're not going back with the Friday night forum yet, but we are working towards doing so. In about a month or two, we will be coming back with the Friday night forum. But in the interim, we continue with the Monday to Thursday nights of the program. And we'll say this to the Member of Parliament for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Sometimes silence cannot be misconstrued. Yeah? It's one thing for people to think you're dotish. It's the next thing for you to go above and beyond to prove it to the person as a fact. Yeah, folks? That's all the time we have on Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. And we'll be back on Monday night with more talking points for each and every one of you. Love you all.
Grenada in trouble, real trouble. Grenada in trouble, no trouble. Grenada in trouble, real trouble. Grenada in trouble, no trouble. Grenada in trouble, controlled by the seeds of evil. Grenada in trouble, 4 years and months from Pharaoh disciple. Oh yo 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 yo. Them people hungry. Ay 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 ay. Tell Uncle Tilly. Oh yo 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 yo. Them people hungry. Ay 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 ay. Tell Uncle Tilly. Church is gone to sleep. NWO like they quit. Union don't give shit. Chamber of Commerce lost tongue and teeth. Grenada in trouble. Real trouble. Grenada in trouble. No trouble. Grenada in trouble. Real trouble. Grenada in trouble. No trouble. Grenada in trouble. Controlled by the seeds of evil. Grenada in trouble. 4 years and months from Pharaoh disciple. Oh yo 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 yo. Them people hungry. Ay 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 ay. Tell Uncle Tilly. Oh yo 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 yo. Them people hungry. Ay 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 ay. Tell Uncle Tilly. Children could confess. The place in a mess. Some dying from stress. People business under state arrest. Grenada in trouble. Real trouble. Grenada in trouble. No trouble. Grenada in trouble. Real trouble. Grenada in trouble.